much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the beat goes on.
Turn it up.
What you're about to hear may cause your speakers to explode.
Grant's Rock Warehouse is keeping it real in the feed.
Get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to Grant's Rock Warehouse, and the Gary Moore series continues. BM Boldt will be here, ladies and gentlemen. We will be looking at those Greg Lake albums. A lot of Gary Moore action on these, so we want to keep it interactive. If you know these albums, we want to hear from you in the chat. Let's do it, Gary Moore!
Piling on the power chords and pure pandemonium. Grant's Rock Warehouse.
All right, everybody, we are live. It is I do believe this is episode 4 in the Gary Moore series. We are looking at Gary's entire catalog, and we're trying to razzle-dazzle you, trying to turn you on to things. And tonight, we are looking at that whole period of Greg Lake where Gary was playing everything. Byron, go ahead, show us your collection. Look at you, like a little girl. Here, I'll make you big so you can show it off.
This is a promo with the
white label. Is there white label?
No, I don't think they had any white label promos on this. Maybe, but I didn't.
I think by the 80s they quit doing the white label promos.
This is another promo right there. You can see it's on the barcode. I found this the other day in that stack of 45s that somebody gave me. This Let Me Love You Once and Retribution Drive 45.
You kept that one.
Yeah, I'm going to keep that. Gary's on it, so I got to have it.
But did you sell all those? You had all those 45s. Did you sell them?
There were around 1,500 45s, about 300 albums. And it's mostly junk, but there's some cool. I sold over 900 of the 45s to some guy for like $60 the other day.
All right, cool.
None of them had sleeves, and the condition wasn't. They were like the worst of the bunch. I still got 600 to finish sorting through. I'll probably keep maybe 50 of them. You know, just oddballs things that
It's all good.
Kind of cool.
Before we do get started, though, Byron, we got Jay here. We've got Cretan. Cretan has been texting like a madman. He is so worked up over this Gary Moore catalog or the Greg Lake catalog. I don't know. I think Tia let him off his leash. I think Tia is getting in there and said, Davey, you just run. You just go for it, you know? And look at it. He's still talking about it. Who else is here? Of course, we have Jay, of course. Michael's here. Mr. Music. Gary Moore rocks. Yeah, no shit. Who else is here? There's more people here. We have 24. I'm trying to wait till we get more people here before we really kick it off. Kirk Smith, thank you. George is here. Yeah, I appreciate everybody tuning in because this is... at least
talking Greg Lake solo albums, man.
I didn't know Greg Lake was so popular. Listen to this. The song archivist. 6 months ago, I never heard of Gary Moore. Love it now. Yeah. Fantastic. Good for you. But this stuff is fantastic. I think you know what I think, Byron? Let's just start off this show and play Love You Too. And we'll reconvene. Let's just start out playing a track. Now, everybody in the chat, we want to get your opinion of it. Yay or nay? Okay, question. Give me a quick background of how Moore got to this point in career. I'm going to send that over to Byron. Byron, how did he get to this point?
Watch the first 3 episodes.
Yeah, we've already done this, Michael.
He started out at Skid Row. Left there, had a solo album, was in Thin Lizzy for a little while, quit, did Coliseum 2, 3 albums with them.
He bounced around from band to band. Greg Lake had a gig. He took the gig. textbook stuff. You already know how this works.
Yeah.
Come on.
Watch our previous episodes, though. If you haven't
Yeah,
seen
watch the previous episodes, Michael. Don't come in here and ask for a brief update. We're not the Pentagon. We're not the press briefing from the White House. Come on.
But yeah, let's
just play it.
Song. It's called "I Love You Too Much," and Bob Dylan has a co-write on this for some reason.
Well, I don't know what that's about, but we're gonna play it. All right.
Yeah, I read about it. He co-wrote it.
Love You Too Much. Let us know what you think. We'll circle back around
And Grant says this is the long, rare, extended version.
This is the extended version.
Got an extra guitar solo and like an extra verse or so too. So
yeah, this isn't the short. The album version was shorter. All right, let's just play it and we'll circle back around. Here we go.
There's no denying
All right, there you go. Love You Too Much from the first Greg Lake solo album from 1981. Cretan says it's interesting. He thinks there's too much keyboards here, but he forgets what year this came out, I think. I think he's probably having a lapse in memory. He is getting up there. Very like 80s. Go ahead.
I feel like Gary's guitar tone is a little thin on these albums, though, compared to his solo albums. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't a Gary Moore album; it was a Greg Lake album.
Yeah, he's a supporter. Yeah. He's supporting Greg Lake. Greg Lake is a star, but I mean, if you look at this stuff and you look at this stuff compared to ELP. Wow, this is very commercial. It's like Greg Lake's trying to get a hit. Damn it, I need a hit. I need a hit. But it's almost not commercial enough. Do you know what I mean?
It's all over the place in some ways, but we'll get to that, I guess, as we discuss this.
X Music's not going to critique so much. All right. Wait a minute, look at this. Cold Italian Pizza. Nice to see you back again, Mr. Pizza. Gary Moore rock or Gary Moore blues? Which do you prefer? Both are great. I'm going to throw it over to Byron Boldt on that. Byron, what's your thoughts on that? Which do you prefer? You love all Gary Moore.
I had to choose one or the other. I'd take the rock, but but what about the fusion stuff? Yeah,
that's fantastic.
So there's so much to choose from, and so many varieties.
Dan says power synth all the rage. Think about it. Put it in context. 1981. It fits. It checks that box. It's the way this record sounds. I am not surprised about it at all. The Wizard, ladies and gentlemen, he loves it. He's got to head out. I think he's going to go practice wizardry somewhere. I don't know what he does in his spare time. Must be making up some kind of cauldron or something. But thank you. Excellent wizard. All right. Kirk says sounds more like Robin Ford on vocals. Byron's not going to say anything.
No, I don't know.
More meat and vegetables compared to ELP. Well, that's all you look at it. It's a different world, different production. Well, okay.
That's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother story. King Crimson could play. The only thing they were trying to get hit with was with Heartbeat, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
You can't even consider King Crimson in this. It's a totally different animal. All the trilogy, look at that bitch up there. Look, there it is. Fantastic stuff. Some of the great stuff of the 80s was King Crimson. Anyway, you can't compare it. Here we go. Michael says, I will say the chord combo to make that main riff was pretty music 101 in my honest opinion, but great sound. I think Michael's coming in hard on this, Byron. I don't know.
All right.
But anyway.
We should talk about it.
We're going to talk about it. This record, 1981 solo debut. We've got a lot of I don't know why Gary Moore didn't get more of a, it should be Greg Lake, Gary Moore when I listen to this. So you've got a lot of rock tracks. You got a lot of melodic elements. The single on this record, everybody, was Love You Too Much. Wait a minute. Wasn't that on the other one?
I think so. But in the U.S., it was this Let Me Love You Once.
Okay.
And that.
But
depending on which country you were in.
Okay, so there's a little bit of a question mark there. Because we're going to play Love You Too Much. But, but the other track. It's all confusing. Anyway, one of these
songs are about love and shit like that.
I don't know. Greg Lake's looking for love. He got out of ELP and he's all worked up. Anyway, one of these singles reached number 62 on the charts. And I don't have any problem with it. I'm just going to say, Byron, what's your thoughts on this whole record?
All right, I'm ready.
And
to
your
go.
rating. And if anybody who has heard this record wants to weigh in on your rating out of 10, feel free to do that now, and we will tally it in between records.
So let's just kind of go over all this. I got a lot of notes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this came out in October of '81, and but Gary had recorded the Dirty Fingers album in January through February of '81, but that didn't get released till '83. It was. We already talked about that last episode. Yeah. Gary helped work on this in August of '81. I don't know if everything was recorded in August, but Gary's contributions were '81. I think these studio albums have a great sound to them as well. Grant's a big on production, but I think they sound really good.
I think they sound. I don't have Byron for the '81.
Yeah,
I don't have any issues. I think it's fine.
So, so we got Greg on vocals, guitar, and bass. Gary on guitar. Tommy Iyer on keyboard, who came from Gary's band prior to this. Tristan Margetts on bass, who is, I guess, a friend of Greg's, and Ted McKenna on drums. He was in Michael Schenker group for a while as well. A few of the guys from Toto are on here. Lukather, I don't remember who else. Dean Parks makes an appearance. It doesn't say who plays on what, though. But Gary was brought into this, though, after they'd already started recording the album, I think in California. But I think Gary stayed in England to do the work on his. But Greg, I guess, liked what Gary was doing so much that they started recording more songs with Gary and kind of took some of the original songs and set them to the side. Those end up on the second studio album, which we'll talk about later.
So they brought in Gary just as another guitar player to fill in a session.
Yeah, and maybe he wasn't maybe Greg wasn't quite happy with the way everything was starting to sound. Maybe he wanted a little more fire to the album, because what you're going to notice is the songs Gary plays on, there's a lot of fire. The songs he's not playing on, whole nother angle.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't mean to interrupt Byron, but Marlon's here, and I just want to know why he can't make it on time. If this is such an important show for him, you can't make it. What were you doing before this?
He was having dinner. It's dinner time here in the Midwest.
Man, whatever. Do you think Marlon's sitting down? Do you think his wife is making him dinner?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I think she is.
I don't believe so. I think he just probably got out. He just got up from, a nap is what I think. Cretin's weighing in, David Hungate and Jeff Porcaro from Toto.
Davey will fill in all the details that I miss. I'm sure that's good.
Oh, Davey, I should add him on here with his little lists. Marlon says he was making dinner, everybody, so everybody rest assured everything's fine. All right, keep going, Byron. Right. I'm sorry.
So, yeah, they brought in Gary, I think, to kind of spice the album up a little more, and Greg really liked it. So, to me, these albums are mostly hits, but a little miss. A lot of the non-Gary Moore songs are kind of vanilla, in my opinion. Greg kind of likes to go off and do this crooning occasionally, which I don't know about. Love Beach had some really cringy lyrics, and this has got some cringy lyrics at it at times as well.
Yeah.
But Greg is such a wonderful singer when he's doing prog. He's got this great voice. But I don't know, when he's doing non-prog stuff, sometimes I'm like,
when he's trying to rock out, when he's doing rock,
he's rocking, he's pretty good still. But when he starts getting this love syrupy ballad stuff, I start going, I don't know. A lot of the bridges in these songs do that. They kind of get all this.
Yeah, but what's so different from like his lovey-dovey stuff than from the beginning or anything? That vocal treatment.
I was still proggy for some. It's just feels different, you know. I don't know what it is. But despite everything I said, I kind of enjoy these albums, regardless of my criticisms of it. I still like them.
Al, are you being serious that you think Love Beach was a masterpiece? Are you being serious?
Read some of the lyrics to that.
I'm not judging. I just want to know if that, because you're crying. Do you really feel that way? That's fantastic if you do. I don't have a problem with that.
All right, I'm going to go over some of the tracks here.
All right, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
The very first track, Nuclear Attack. We didn't play that, but we're going to play that on the live app when we get to the
Yeah,
live
get ready for that.
That was recorded on Gary's Dirty Fingers album, which didn't get released, like we said, for a couple more years. This got airplay here. I remember hearing this on the radio, the Greg Lake version, back when it first came out. But Gary wrote this. Gary seemed to be real hung up on nuclear war back in this period. He had that song Hiroshima album. There's just a lot of reference to that kind of stuff. But this is a really heavy rocking song for Greg.
Yeah.
And it's really good. It's just as good as the version that Gary did on his own album. We already played Love You Too Much. Everybody got to hear that, except for Marlon, apparently.
Byron,
it's from Michael Shaker Group, Ted McKenna.
Yeah, Tim McKenna, Marlon.
I said that.
God damn.
If you had been here, you'd have heard it.
I don't know where he was doing. He's making dinner.
Yeah.
Crazy ass bastard.
But yeah, so we got to hear the Love You Too Much, which was really good, the extended version. The next song is called It Hurts. It's kind of one of those cheesy ballads, but I actually think it's pretty good. Now, it's not Gary on guitar on that. You can tell it's not him, but I like the guitar playing. So it's either Lukather or Dean Parks. If anybody knows for sure, they can comment. I don't know either players well enough.
But, I think Lukather and Dean Parks are kind of similar, though. Okay. Think about that. Think about Steely Dan, kind of similar.
But I still, like I said, some of these songs are kind of cheesy, but I still kind of like them. They've got a good hook to them. Mm-hmm. The next track is Black and Blue. I wrote, it's kind of lame, but it's still decent listening. And then the last track on side one, Retribution Drive, which is a real solid rocker with a lot of Gary Moore fills on it. It's got this bridge where he's kind of crooning, which almost ruins it, but Gary comes in with a real nice interlude. So I think Gary pretty much saves the day on that track. So, but about those 5 songs that we just discussed, Gary played on, I believe, 3 of them.
All right. Lee, you know what's going on here. Don't act like you don't know.
And
well, okay. Anybody in the chat? Okay, who in the chat? Do you want to talk anything more? Or are we ready to get a score out of this and then go to the next record? No, we got to do the
whole second side yet.
Okay, keep going then.
Okay,
don't stop.
Okay. So the second side, we've got Long Goodbye. It's a pretty decent rocking tune. A lot of fills by Gary Moore. The only problem is it doesn't really have a guitar solo. It's got a keyboard solo, but it's still pretty good. Then we get The Lie, which is a really nice mid-tempo track. Got some good vocals by Greg. But Gary on this track to me is the highlight once again. Someone is next. It's slow, but kind of heavy at times. It's a little jazzy, and I believe that's Clarence Clemens on a saxophone solo. It's not bad. Let Me Love You Once Before You Go or whatever. It's a slow ballad. I wrote it could be on an Air Supply album.
Oh, okay.
But if you like that, it's not too bad because it just has that feel. And then the last track is called For Those Who Dare. I kind of like it. It sounds like there's like a fife and drum corps going on in it, and it has sounds like bagpipes. Parts of it has an Emerson, Lake and Palmer feel. It's kind of this anthem type song, but I think it's pretty solid. I'll take it. So that's the whole album, people. If you're going to ask me I didn't really come up with any scores for these for some reason. I'm going to give it a 7.5.
You would give it a what?
7.5.
Well, we're kind of coming into this together because, okay, is it ELP quality? It depends on how you look at it. I'm going to look at this solely as an album that was released in the 80s. Now, as far as an 80s record, There are way worse productions than this. I think overall the production is good. I think a lot of people are going to listen to this and go, Greg Lake, you're doing a rock record? And that might be a bit of a shock. It was for me when I heard this record originally. But if you can get over the fact that Greg's not doing prog here, Greg is doing a straightforward rock record in the early 80s. So you have to get all your preconceived notions out of the way. If I look at it that way, I think it's a solid, energetic. I think the performances on here are strong. Maybe not all the songs are top notch, but come on, look at the people that he has playing on this record. Fantastic. I mean, it's not as ambitious as or timeless maybe as any of the ELP stuff, but for the 80s and him just coming out of doing all these records and the, Court of the Kings and King and all the King Crimson and ELP stuff, I think for doing a straight rock album, if you can get beyond the fact that Greg is doing a straight rock album, I think it's a fine record. I would give this a 7.
There you go.
What did you give it again?
I said 7.5.
Okay. Let me see if anybody else has anything because I can't see. Anybody else know this record and can give a score real quick? If not, Byron, why don't you go ahead and talk about the King Biscuit thing, and I'll take scores. We can look at scores at the end.
So they went out on the road with the band of Gary, Greg, Tommy Iyer, Tristan Margaret's, and Ted McKenna on drums. And they toured for, about 2 months. It was late 1981. They played the Reading Festival too, I guess, that year, a little bit before they started the tour. And so this was recorded November 5th, 1981 at the Hammersmith. I think they did a couple shows there. And I guess that's really all I had for the notes on it other than the songs. So why don't we go ahead and play something off this?
Okay, we'll play it. Yeah, we're ready to go. We'll play it again. Let us know what you think. If you have any scores on that first Greg Lake album, please keep them coming. I will compile those, and then when I give the signal,
so yeah,
you'll know to give.
He's going to play. It's basically medley of Carnival, the intro to Carnival 9, and then it jumps into the Nuclear Attack track.
That's fantastic, though.
Yep,
it's fantastic. All right, Greg Lake with Gary Moore. Here we go.
Moving on.
Whoa! Did they like end the concert with this? It almost sounds like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the second song on the album, but you never know.
I know, but it almost sounds like, all right, everybody thinks.
It's called the lie. Here we go.
No, he's going. He's going to keep going. All right. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Carnival 9 and Nuclear Attack. What's your thoughts on this one? I'm not getting a lot of scores. We've got an 8.5 and an 8.5, but maybe this isn't one of those things people have heard, which is cool because that's the whole goal here is to turn you on to stuff. Anyway, Byron, what's your whole thoughts on this record?
It's kind of cool because it's a new take on Emerson, Lake and Palmer and King Crimson.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to hear those songs with the more guitar feel to them. I'm not saying that they're better than the originals. They're just different, though. So we start off with the Fanfare for the Common Man. It's very similar to the LP version, except for you get more guitars. Like I was saying. Tommy Ayer and Gary both take solos. Now the Tommy's solo though is very unlike anything that Keith did on that song. So it's very different in that respect. I don't know if you caught it because you probably don't know it as well as I do. But during Gary's solo, he's playing snippets of the lick from that Blister song, which we played, I think, on the last episode.
Okay.
From that Cozy Powell album.
Yeah, I didn't pick that up.
Yeah, I didn't.
I mean, you've got this stuff pumping through your veins.
Oh yeah, so. I didn't notice it though until doing the work for this show. That's from Blister. But anyway, so then the next track is the one we just heard, Carnival 9, Nuclear Attack. The Nuclear Attack is very similar to the version on the Greg Lake studio album, so we won't go any further. The Lie is the next track. Well, that's off of the first Greg Lake album. It doesn't stray at all from the album version, but it's real solid. I like that track. And then get Retribution Drive, which again is very similar to on the studio album. But then we get to Lucky Man, which feels quite a bit different than the Emerson, Lake and Palmer version. There's way less keyboard. Gary takes the first solo. He's playing a lot of muted notes in the solo, so it's not overly aggressive. And then Tommy plays a second solo, which is very similar, in my opinion, to the solo that Keith Emerson did on the original version. At least sound wise. Then we get to Parisian Walkways, the Gary Moore track, where Greg does some of the singing with Gary on that. So it's kind of cool to hear Greg do some vocals.
I think it's fine. I don't have any issues with that track at all.
Yeah. Gary's done a lot of live versions of that over the years, but it's kind of cool to hear somebody else help sing it for once. Besides,
I think though when I listen to it, there's some kind of energy that I feel. When you listen to this stuff, Byron, I'm sure you probably weigh in on this. I can tell that Greg really likes playing with Gary, and I think they get along really well. You know.
Yeah, I think Gary just added a lot of energy to these records, especially the live one here. Gary sounds more like Gary as far as his tone on this live album than he did on the studio albums. Like you were saying, it's not a Gary Moore album, the studio albums, the Greg Lake albums. But this live thing, I think Gary's got a lot more reign to do what he wants to do and turn it up a little more. So yeah, let's go ahead and the next track is You Really Got a Hold on Me. So that's the old Motown track. That's Motown, right? Wasn't it? Who did that originally? Come on.
Yeah, it's Motown.
I don't know who the hell.
Wasn't that the
Robinson maybe or something like that? I don't know. I don't know why they did this.
Wasn't it? I don't know. I can't come up with it.
Beatles did it too, though, didn't they?
Yeah, they did do it. Yeah.
I don't know why they did this, but to be honest, it sounds pretty good. And you never get to hear Gary play guitar over this type of a song, so it's kind of refreshing in some ways. So they just to Love You Too Much, which rocks hard again, just like it did on the first album. And then at the very end of the song, Gary goes and kind of does a little standalone solo, which he liked to do on some of his albums. And he's just kind of cut loose. It's pretty good. Leads us to 21st Century Schizoid Man. So we get a couple King Crimson songs here. So we'll probably talk a little bit about this. It's over 9 minutes. It's the middle section is very different than the King Crimson version. They kind of go into that vamp, dun, da, 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 da. And Gary takes a solo. It's not earth shattering, but it's still way different than King Crimson's version of the track.
Yes, like night and day.
And but it does have a Moog solo by Tommy Iyer. So talk about that track with you.
Well, I just think it's fantastic. Well, come on. It's a different take of it. I think what Tommy brings to it. But see, again, it goes back to what I heard before, though, Byron. These guys like playing together. I think when you can tell Greg likes to play, it's a different chemistry. That's really what it is. And when you're redoing like 21st Century Schizoid Man as opposed to the way it's usually played, I just think it's fantastic. I don't have any problem with this revamped version, so to speak, because I think the chemistry between all these guys on this album is top notch, and I think it really shines through on this. This is why I'm probably going to give this even a better rating than the other stuff, because there's something about this live band. This is like, they're a live act when I listen to it. I mean, does everybody in the chat, do you agree when you listen to this, it just sounds like a rebirth, that these guys love playing with each other and it really shines through. That's the way I hear it.
Yeah, I think Greg was happy to revisit some of these old
and put a new spin on it.
Yes, the King Crimson especially. I don't know that they did any of that in ELP ever.
I don't think so.
And he probably wasn't. I don't know if he was as excited about redoing the ELP stuff as he was the King Crimson stuff.
Davey Cretin, look, you're causing the fog machine to go off because you just made my day. Said it before, Gary Moore was one of those dudes that could play it all. Ken White, ladies and gentlemen, from Cleveland. Ken knows what he's talking about.
So, yeah. Let's
way better live. It's a good album. Everybody's agreeing. Okay. Byron, sorry.
Let's talk about the last track on here.
Okay, go ahead. I'm all worked up. I think this is fantastic. Go ahead.
They end it with In the Court of the Crimson King. 5 minutes and 40 seconds. This is definitely heavier than the original King Crimson version.
You put Gary Moore on it, Byron. It's instantly going to be heavier.
So, the original version, you've got like the flute solo.
Yeah.
And it's heavy on the mellotron. This has got the guitar instead of the flute. Yeah. I don't know if there's any mellotron. If it is, it's kind of pulled
I
back.
don't remember. I think it's all synths. I don't hear any mellotron.
I wasn't sure because it's pulled back. So there is some synth going on there, but it's mainly the guitar driving this track. Gary takes a solo at the end, so you really should check this out if you're King Crimson.
We probably should have. No, we probably couldn't play it. It would probably get pulled.
You're probably right. Yeah. But I really like the way they end it with that track. It's a way different version of that track.
Marlon goes guitar over flute. That's fantastic.
Is flute better than saxophone though?
Is flute? Yeah. What's your weigh in on saxophone versus flute?
I'm curious if Marlon cares.
No, we can't play it.
I'm curious if Marlon likes the saxophone on the first two King Crimson albums.
I'm going to
saxophone on those.
I think it's great. That is what's his name playing that?
Ian McDonald.
Ian McDonald, who went on to Foreigner.
Was he on the second album or just the first? I don't remember.
No, I think he plays on the second one too.
They brought in, I can't remember the guy they brought in later. Anyway, or did they bring it? I thought they brought in another guy. But So I'm going to give it an 8.25.
8.25. All right, fantastic. I've got everybody else's score. I'm going to give this an 8. I'm pretty satisfied with an 8. 8.25. We're all in that same genre. We're in that numbering system. So based on how is that possible?
I feel like nobody's really bashing these. They're all fairly positive reviews. No 9s or 10s probably, but a lot of 7s and 8 ranges on these, seems like.
So basically, we have an 8.52. Let me put that in there. Christian, thanks for weighing in. Let me get your score in there as well.
You can't go any more than a quarter, people. 2.5.
Ken's
75.
going with an 8.52. We're all lining up in that same area, and I totally get it. It's fantastic. It's a great live recording. It could probably sound better, but Exo Music's going 8.6666. I'm just going to go with an 8.6. All right, I'm ending it because we have another track and I got a show at 8. All right, so what do we get? We got an 8.3, kids. I can't argue with that at all.
All right. So let's go move quick here then, real quick. This
Go
is
ahead.
the second Manoeuvres. Okay, so side 1 features Gary on every track. He's not at all on side 2. Basically,
Why is that? Why is Gary on one side?
So side 1 is basically the touring band that did the tour. Side 2, from my understanding, was all the stuff that he recorded for the first album before Gary joined that they put on the shelf when Gary joined, and they didn't need this side.
So this is a lot of just leftovers?
Yeah, stuff that didn't make the first album. But I don't think it's too bad.
I
think the first
like
side's
this
way better.
song.
The first side is way better, but the second side is decent. So
Well, the track that you picked, Byron, "Too Young to Love," I think is fantastic.
yeah. So Gary worked on these tracks from February to the fall, on and off of '82, while working on his Corridors of Power album. So Gary there was no tour for this album, no promotion, so he did nothing. And Gary went on to do his Corridors of Power album, and this album just kind of died on the vine.
Right.
So let's go ahead.
Let's play it.
Play the second song, "Too Young to Love." Gary didn't write this. Greg wrote this, but it smokes.
It smokes. It's fantastic. All right. Weigh in the chat.
Not appropriate, but whatever.
Well, it was the 80s.
Yes.
Here we go.
I was a fool tonight. Ooh, I should have seen the light. 'Cause you were too young to be loved. I should have turned away, though you were begging me to stay. 'Cause you were too young to be loved. I'm all alone tonight. Send your love by satellite. I just don't care if they say you're too young. You're too young. What a night gone away. I still remember the way that you felt, the way you lay. And again in the night, you reappear. 'Cause you've been living in all my dreams, but you're not here.
Hard on the 80s to some degree, but for 1983, for Greg Lake and Gary Moore together on a track, this is fantastic. It rocks. Gary Moore is smoking on this, but you can hear it on here as well. They like playing with each other. You can feel the energy from the studio on this. I think it's fun. I dig it. Whether this is a leftover or whatever.
No, these weren't. The side two were the leftovers.
Well, you know what I mean, though.
But you know, they finished this in the fall of '81, but this thing didn't come out till sometime in '80.
9 out of 10.
Like July of '83. But yeah, let me go over side one at least. We're gonna run out of time. Probably.
Yeah, you're fine. Go ahead over side one. I'll if you know this record, ladies and gentlemen, give me the scores now. I will tally them. Just so I'm out here about. Give me 4 minutes.
So the title track, Manoeuvres, first track. It's kind of a slow rocker, but it's got a real heavy riff. Gary wrote it. It's a good tune, but there is no guitar solo for some reason. Hey, whatever. We just heard "Too Young to Love." Yeah, it's. I don't know how young's too young, but
too young now and too young in the '80s, right. Different.
So this third track, "Paralyzed," kind of a mid-tempo rocker. I think could have gotten some good airplay, but it didn't because it didn't get any promotion. But Gary's on that as well. He's on all these first side songs, and he tears it up on that track. I like this fourth song, "A Woman Like You." It's a ballad that Gary wrote. It feels like the song "Falling in Love with You" from his Corridors of Power album, which comes out like later that year. Mm-hmm. It would have fit on that album. It's a pretty good ballad. And then the last song on the first side is called "I Don't Want to Lose Your Love Tonight." I almost picked that because it's a rocker just like that "Too Young to Love," but I thought the solo was a little shorter, so I picked the other one. But it's a good rocking tune. And okay, I'll kind of breeze through side two real quick. It's You Gotta Believe. It's just feels like Emerson, Lake, and Palmer at times with the organ or whatever the hell is going on, but it doesn't have the bombast of ELP, and it has some acoustic verses. It's decent. Famous Last Words, 80s adult contemporary. I said not terrible.
Not by any means. No.
Slave to Love. I said I don't know what to think of this. That song is just there's just some keyboards in him. I'll be a slave to love or whatever. Haunted was a slow ballad. I like Greg's voice on that, but I hate he does a lot of crooning on that song. Man, it's not bad, but I just don't like that style. It's also got a sax solo. And the last song, I don't know why I still love you. It's another ballad, but he isn't crooning quite as much. And it's again Greg singing the Air Supply.
Oh, wow.
He's got a wonderful voice, but I just don't like when he does that crooning stuff. So
I understand. I understand.
Not quite as good as the
what you're saying.
debut. So there, I did it all in a couple minutes.
God damn, you're fantastic. What's my thought on this? I think that the real quick, I think that the tracks with Gary Moore are fantastic. But I don't think this is as strong as an album, basically, with what you just said. But I think when I hear this record, it seems like I hear that maybe Chrysalis is pushing on Mr. Lake to have some hits. And that's why we have some of these tracks that are a bit questionable. And maybe it's not fully realized. I would give this a 6. Me, personally. What would you give it?
I said a 7.
A 7? Okay, let me put it down.
Yeah, side 2 isn't as good, but it's not terrible.
But I look at this record and it's a lot safer and it's less memorable than the debut. I just think
done all Gary that second album, it would have been great. Probably.
I don't think that Greg has ever found his true identity outside of ELP, and I think he's trying to find it here. I think the best record of the lot is the live record. I mean, let's be honest. I think there's something about it. All right. What time is it? 6. We need to wrap this dog up because I really do have a big interview coming up. 7. A 7. Of course, she could be watching this. No idea. All right, let's wrap it. Let's see what we with Lake Moore and you don't need sack. All right, let's see what we got. We're coming up with a 7.1. So we've got a 7.1 on this record. The live album is an 8.3 and the debut is a 7.3. So the debut fares just a bit better than the second Greg Lake album. So there you go. All right, kids, we're going to wrap this dog up. I want to thank BM Boldt. We will be back for more Gary Moore. Please like, subscribe. There's a lot of great surprises coming up in April because the Warehouse is moving into another dimension, kids. We are taking this into another realm. So anyway, stay tuned. We have so much content in the Warehouse. Brace yourselves. Brace yourselves. All right, Byron, I will be in contact. See everybody. Keep it clean, Rat the Rascal, and don't slip on the slope, on the soap or the slope.
Don't bend over for the soap.
Don't bend over. That's it. Yeah. See you, everybody.